Good morning, my dear students. I am S. Muniraja, Assistant Professor in the Department of EEE. For Third BTech first sem, we have a subject AC machines. This is a extension of DC machines and transformers. After finishing the transformer topic, we need to go induction motors and construction of windings. AC machines. In unit 1 is a fundamentals of AC machine winding, how we fabricated the machine winding, which material is used, which type of winding we use for machines. In unit 2, induction machines. So after finishing the transformers, the transformer extension is the induction machines. Induction machines we called as rotating transformers. And unit 3, single phase induction motors. Unit 4, synchronous generators. Unit 5, synchronous motors. So the textbooks are electrical machine by A.E. Fitzgerald. Another textbook is P.S. Bimra by electrical machinery by T.S. Bimra. These are the two standard textbooks. So while coming to the unit 1 AC machine winding, so what is the main principle of machine? The main principle of AC machine operation is this: a three-phase set of currents flowing in an armature windings, each of equal magnitude and differing in phase by 120 degrees, produces a rotating magnetic field of constant magnitude. The principle of operation is, in general, electrical machines both AC and DC works based on the principle of Faraday's laws of electromagnetic induction. According to Faraday's laws, to induce an EMF in conductor or coil, the basic requirements are: first one, magnetic field or flux; second one, conductor, that is nothing but coil; third one, relative motion between the magnetic field, flux or field, and conductor. So in these two, any one must be in rotation or motion, then only the EMF will be induced. Whenever the flux is stationary, the conductor is must be rotating. Whenever the conductor is stationary, the flux must be rotating, then only the EMF will be induced. So there must be a relative space variation in between magnetic flux and conductor. So this is a construction diagram of synchronous machines. They have we given to the three-phase supply. So this is the outer frame which is called stator. This is the inner, that is a rotor circuit that consists of number of poles. This is a three-phase winding. Construction of alternator: stator armature winding, rotor field winding. But in case of DC machine, this will be reverse. The rotor consists of armature winding, the stator consists of field winding. This is a important point. While comparing the DC machine and synchronous machines, these are the main difference. So the poles are salient or projecting pole type, non-salient or cylindrical type. Two types of poles are there. One is a projecting pole, another one is non-salient, that is nothing but cylindrical. So in salient pole type, our salient or projecting poles are mounted on a large circular steel frame which is fixed to the shaft of the alternator. Low and medium speed alternators. The salient pole alternators are low and medium speed, that ranges from 120 to 400 rpm, such as those driven by diesel engines or water turbine have salient pole type rotors. Salient pole type rotors have large diameter and short axial length. So this is a salient pole type. Please observe the carefully. The poles are projected type. So the field winding is placed here. The poles are projected type. So the rotor must be excited with a DC supply. In non-salient pole, the rotor is made of smooth, solid forged steel. Radial cylinder have a number of slots along the outer periphery. It is clear that the poles formed are non-salient. They do not project out from the rotor surface. High-speed alternators 1500 to 3000 rpm, they will be rotates, the non-salient poles. Depend upon number of poles. Whenever the number of poles is 4, the speed is 1500 rpm. Whenever the number of poles are 2, that is a 3000 rpm. We know the synchronous speed NS is equal to 120 F by P. Are driven by steam turbine and use non-salient type rotors. So these are the cylindrical structure. The winding is placed in slots, in between slots. So we given to the DC supply here. This is a non-salient poles. Non-salient poles. So armature windings of alternator. So every winding must be a conductors. What is a conductors? The part of the wire responsible for the induced EMF is called active length of conductor. Single turn coil. Single turn having two conductors with end connections. Multi-turn coil. Multi-turn with two coil sides, each composed of several conductors. The portion of coil which just provides a connection between the two active conductors and does not take part in energy conversion process is called overhang. So this is a coil sides. This is 1 turn coil. This is 2 turn coils. These are the coil sides. This is a overhang portion. So what is the overhang portion? The portion of coil which just provides a connection between the two active conductor and does not take part in energy conversion, that will not use it for the energy conversion, is called overhang. Pole pitch is defined as the peripheral distance between the center of two adjacent poles in a machine. Pole pitch is equal to total number of armature slots divided by the total number of poles in a machine, that is a S by P, number of slots per pole. Generally, the pole pitch should be 180 degrees electrical. So this is the pole pitch from center of pole to another center of pole. From north to middle to south to middle, we will call it as pole pitch. That's also called as a coil span. If the pole pitch is less than, that is called short pitch coil. The pole pitch is more than the coil is a over pitch coil. Please see. Means if the pole pitch is 180 electrical degrees, we know. If the electrical degree is less than 180 degrees, that is a short pitch coil. More than 180 degrees, that is a over pitch coil. Full pitch winding, if the distance between two coil sides of a coil is 180 degrees electrical pole pitch, then it is called full pitch winding. Short pitch windings, if the distance between two coil sides of a coil is less than 180 degrees electrical, then it is called short pitch winding. Slot angle, it is the angular displacement between midpoints of adjacent slots. Slot angle gamma is equal to 180 by S by P, that is a slot angle gamma. Pace belt M, number of slots covered by each pace under one pole is known as pace belt M, that is equal to number of slots per pole per pace, SPB. Single layer winding, in a single layer winding, each coil sides of a coil occupies the whole slot as shown in figure. In this winding, the number of coils are equal to half of the slots. So the coil C is equal to slots by 2. Double layer winding, in double layer winding, all coils are the same shape and size. Each coil has its one coil side in top half of one slot and other coil side in bottom half of some other slot. So please see the single layer, they have only one coil side and one conductor. In double layer there is a two conductors, coil side 1, coil side 2. This is a single layer, this is a double layer. So next topic is concentrated winding, we discussed in next class.